Perek Gimel, Mishnah Gimel. Nashim v'avadim uktanim, women, slaves, and minors, Peturin mikirat Shema. They are patur from saying Kiryat Shema, meaning they don't have to. Anyone can. Sometimes women, they pray, they say Shema. We didn't get to prayer though, but just in the Shema. Now, Nashim, this is gender, and Avadim is freedom status, because it means, first of all, it's an Eved Kena'ani. An Eved Kena'ani that somewhat converts and then has the status, a halachic status of a woman, where he does the mitzvot like a woman. If he then converts totally, becomes a Jew. This is a non-Jewish slave. A Jewish slave, because he had no money, let's say he has to work for someone, he's always a Jew, nothing to do with anything. He's always a Jew. Now, kitanim here could mean under chinuch age, meaning very young, or it could mean even chinuch age. There's difference of opinion among the rabbis. But either way, the reason women don't have to say Shema is because it's a time-bound mitzvah, mitzvat aseh shazman girama, a positive commandment that's governed by time, because Shema has a certain time to say it. When you go to sleep, B'shach b'chal, lie down, and when you wake up. So that means it's not always, like we'll see some of the others. Now, some say ketanim, young children of chinuch age. Usually you have to teach them, because Shema is usually sunrise, just before sunrise, and Shema of the evening is all the way when the stars come out. So really the kids are always sleeping, so they don't have to do this one to be trained. But some say they do. Now they're patur from Shema, min ha-tifilin, and from tifilin as well, because it's time bound, only in the day, and you don't wear it on Shabbat or holidays. V'chayavin, but they do have to do bitfilah, they have to do prayer. Now this means, since prayer is biblical to pray once a day, so women have to pray once a day. Now, of course, ketanim of chinuch, they do have to pray because of that. Under chinuch, they just say this is not talking about them right now. Meaning those who said that the top line was even under chinuch, they say now it stopped talking about those young kids. Ubim mezuzah, and mezuzah they have to do, because it's not anything to do with time. You just put it on your door and you leave it there. Ubiberkat hamazon, berkat hamazon has nothing to do with a certain time. It's whenever you make it, whenever you eat. Now it could be biblical or rabbinic based on the pasuk when it says ala aretz asher natan lach, the land that Hashem gave us. That's what we have to bless. So the women didn't get the land. So some say it's rabbinic and some say it's biblical, but either way, they're obligated in it. So this is more about subject. Now you'll notice how this is different from the subjects in the past, already from Perek 2 and part of 3. The others really focused on mitzvah preoccupation, meaning either it was a chatan and he's worrying about his marriage, which is a mitzvah, being with his bitula, his wife, that's a bitula, or if it was the worker, he can't take from the boss's time. That's why he has to say Shema really up there. So it's also because of mitzvah, he can't steal. Or because the mourners and the guy who's sitting for Avel, all these are mitzvot again. But here we're changing gears now. We're changing the principle or the reason or the rationale. So while they're all subjects, people, that was one category of mitzvah preoccupation. Now there's a different category. Women, they're not obligated because of anything to do with mitzvah occupation. It's for a whole nother reason. And these other subjects that we talked about, avadim and kitanim. So you see we're on a different category now. That's what we want to do, categorize everything. So they have their own reason, their own rationale. So what we could do, if you're making a chart, you could say mitzvah preoccupation, and under it, ABC, you can write the worker, the groom, the avel, and the consolers. And then in another place, when you write gender, age, freedom status, that's what Nashim, Kitanim, and Avadim are about. So they would go on a separate slot, not part of the ABCD. And anyway, you can try to make your own charts at home to help you remember.